Imagine having a reverse Yelp where we rate customers on their attitudes, manners, and how well they tip. What review would you leave? Her kids dropped the popcorn, so she asked me for a broom to let them clean it up themselves. I said it wasn't necessary, but she insisted that she wanted to raise them to be conscious of the fact that when they make a mess, someone has to clean it up. Nice lady. It's very polite but also incredibly awkward for some reason. The lady who yelled at me on the second day of my first job over the price of milk can have a solid 1 star. Drunken fool tried to return half bottle of booze because it tastes off. Watch him get in his car and promptly called police to report drunken driver. Came on opening weekend of one of the biggest movies of the year 5 minutes before the showtime and then was shocked they'd have to stand in line for their concessions. Then complained to management that they missed their movie. Like, what did they think was going to happen? Like we'd have a reserved placed in line for them because of their obvious VIP status as King Doubt's Lord of Aslan? Came in, ordered, ate their food in silence, left minimal mess and a reasonable tip, then buggered off. My perfect customer. 5 stars. Apparently the basic front desk bell is too complicated of a mechanism to operate for this person. Also demanded that I reduce her rate because we ran out of complimentary coffee and she couldn't wait the 2 minutes it would take me to make a new pot. Insulted the housekeepers, too. 0 stars. She walked into the store and complained that outside smelled of gasoline. I told her we would address that issue as soon as an employee became available to do so. Customer is apparently unaware they are pumping gas at a gas station when complaining about the scent of gas. Perhaps she could consider not huffing it while filling her tank? Guy comes in the middle of the festival, no reservation, by car, and blames me because it took him 2 hours to go the entrance of the city to my hotel because there are 200,000 people walking around the streets and police barrages to help the flow of pedestrians. Then he blames me again because he did all of this for nothing because we're full. What did he think would happen, walking in with no reservation during the city's largest festival? 1 star, would not recommend. Chap comes into the packed restaurant on Mother's Day. He's mad as hell because various local roads are shut and it took him an hour to get here instead of 10 minutes. Does not have a reservation. Has his whole family with him. His wife breaks down in tears while he's yelling at me for not posting on Facebook that we are full for lunch. I get the wife and his mother a gin while he rings restaurants to get a table. They finally leave and the wife hands me a tip. I believe they ended up waiting for a table in Nando's. 0 stars for him, 3 stars for the wife. Nice, pleasant man. Always orders the same sandwich every time, making preparing for him simple despite the complicated sandwich. Tips well, never talks longer it takes to complete his order. Also, the only male regular over 50 that doesn't leer at my underage coworker. 5 stars. This girl was clearly having a bad day. She seemed really angry and upset. I tried my best to help, but there wasn't much I could do. I took her order, served her as usual. She got a call and walked out of the restaurant. I went to the table and found a $50 bill and a sweet little note about how her husband died, and she really appreciates my patience. 5 stars, best customer. I stayed at an Airbnb in China, and my host reviewed me. Google translation. Very handsome big boy. Gah. She practically drinks all the salsa, and I keep having to give her refills. Her chip to salsa ratio is seriously questionable. Otherwise, she's nice enough. Edit. I misread the question. I thought it asked what review would someone leave of me. I am the salsa lover. Literally hunkered down in the basement with the gunman upstairs, detectives on the phone, another pregnant crying customer and all the staff, and this jackass still had the nerve to ask if his watch was done being repaired before the first shot rang out. Then proceeded to scream at the detectives that this was a huge inconvenience, he had clients waiting at court and needed this to be over with. Very friendly, usually gets a root beer to start and a coffee after their meal, eats out on break from lunch daily, usually wants quick service and minimal interruptions, sometimes eats with a client. Usually tips well. Made many additional requests throughout the meal during peak dinner hour. Left the table disgustingly messy. Did not tip well. This guest is awesome. Likes to take suggestions, so offer a drink and make sure to have some lesser known dishes memorized. Will talk to you for as long as you let them. I would mostly try to let other waiters know what to expect from tables. This rich, entitled bitch spent the entire time making me run my ass off for her 12 top and was never satisfied, let alone appreciative. I kept serving them with a fucking smile, which wasn't always easy. When it came time to drop the bill, I left it on the table and informed them that the tip was already included, since they were a party of more than 8 people, so there was no need to add any extra unless they wanted to. She literally stood up. She stood up and started freaking out in an entire dining room full of people about how she shouldn't have to pay because she had to ask me for shit the entire meal. Bitch. It was a buffet. What else could you possibly need? Plus, I got you everything your precious little heart desired. I mean, I guess I could have offered to sick your dick, but I digress. She bitched her way to the general manager, who was always an absolute pushover, and let her go without tipping a single fucking penny. This woman is horrible to serve. Do not ever accept her table. You will 100% regret it. I've seen her come in since, and even if she sits in my section, I always give her table away to somebody else. No fucking way am I ever even trying to look at you again, lady. Get some fucking decency. Thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoy. Leave a comment which is your favorite and be sure to like and subscribe for future videos. Woof.